am Luqman Hussaini, and we have been doing this program for about the past 2 years or so. And very recently we have decided that we will include something about religion and spirituality also, given the point that the young generation, including me, people of my age and people those who are less than this, are facing a dilemma while we work in corporate. Some of us are very hesitant to reveal ourselves as Muslims, and sometimes we are at crossroads where we have to either say, no, I am more professional or more Muslim. Although there is no contradiction in that, I can be, rather if I am Muslim, if I am a true Muslim, then I am a true professional. But because of the misconceptions created, there seems to be a divide between professionalism and being Muslim. So we thought that we can interact certain things through which we come to know that there is nothing wrong, there is nothing to feel low about ourselves, and we need not be hideous and pretended, etc. etc. We need to be assertive, we can be confident when we are Muslims and when we practice Islam. And help people, those who have misconceptions about Islam, to overcome them and understand us, especially people from the other religions. And also some of us also have some doubts. It doesn't require to be a non-Muslim to be doubtful about the religion of Islam. Some of us also have doubts. Sometimes I also keep getting certain doubts about certain aspects of Islam because of lack of knowledge. Okay. So we thought this can be a platform where we can come and share and understand what the concept of Islam is broadly. It's not only about Islam, but things related to that also, so that we do not get affected by an inferiority complex or a situation where we are in dilemma or confusion. Okay, so with that intent, this program was started, Alhamdulillah, and you might have heard, Brother Alim now, certain basics of Islam, I believe, and we also have thought of working on the biography of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Siratul Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Reason being the misconceptions which are spreading about the personality of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, especially in the Western media, and the influence of which we can see on Indian media also. Although it's not very open of that kind as Western media is, but still attacks keep coming in. Okay, journalistic attacks. So we thought of making the things clear, or let people understand what actually it is, Siratul Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that the doubts are removed. And it's a coincidence that when we thought of starting this is the month of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Rabiul Awwal, on which the birth of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam took place. Although we will be taking up a series of lectures on the Siratul Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but we thought we will dedicate a few sessions, introductory sessions, on the greatness of the personality, so that we get some interest and we go into the biography of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It so happens that when we learn of a personality of the world, if, for example, I'm leaving that matter aside, if I suggest you to read the autobiography, read the biography of Abraham Lincoln, some of you will be interested. Abraham Lincoln, you know who was he?
President, American president.
He was an American president, isn't it? If I suggest you to read the biography of Newton, some of you may be interested in that because you know who Newton is, isn't it? But if I ask you to read the biography of Amartya Sen, have you ever heard of his name?
Yes.
Who is he?
He's a scientist from Germany.
He's a painter. He's a scientist. He's an economist. Okay, we have heard of his name, but we don't know about him. Then there may be some people whom we are not well aware of. I'm not able to recollect some name which probably you might not have heard also. Whatever. So we may not have interest in reading the biography of people whom we do not know. And as we know a personality more, our curiosity to know about their history becomes bigger, isn't it? So these initial sessions, inshallah, will be dedicated to the greatness of the personality of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that we have some curiosity to know about the biography of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, a question may arise as to why is that important? Why shall I know that? Yes, no? It may arise. Now, why shall I know about that? See, let us understand, let us agree to this point that a generation which is not connected to its history is not successful. We cannot be successful if we are disconnected from the source we are coming from. Okay, it's not just metaphoric that I am speaking like this. In the realistic sense, it is valid. It is valid because the shadow remains as long as the body remains. Okay, the source of light being there. So whether we see the connectivity or not, the connectivity remains. Okay, so you might have seen in your known people, acquaintances, that people, those who are good with their parents, are generally successful and happier in their lives. And people, those who are not good with their parents, those who are detached with their parents, seemingly they may seem happy or rich, but deep down inside they are not successful. They are not happy because their coming generations will also rebel against them and they will have their own problems. So the point is, although we cannot see the connect, like we cannot see the connect between the mobile phone and the tower out there, but if you call me, the link will first of all go to the tower, and from there, I don't know how many points it touches and it comes to me. So although the connection may not appear visibly, but the connection remains. Okay, so we need to be aware of the history to which we belong to. Yes, no? Although, see, Islam itself tells that there is nothing which is compulsory. If you do, you have a consequence. If you do not do, you have a consequence. Isn't it? It's not compulsory to come to Urdu Ghar. If you come to Urdu Ghar, there is one consequence. If you do not come, there is one consequence. So, with this, although it is not compulsory, but it is useful. It will have a positive consequence in our life because we are trying to connect to our history. Okay, because it is from there we come. Am I making sense? Yes. So let us discuss a few points about the greatness of the personality of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Although, given the situation in which we live, Alhamdulillah, I think all of us are aware about the greatness of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We have heard so many speeches, so many lectures, so many bayans here and there, etc. At so many places, we have read books on him. We know about the personality of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Okay, so this is not something new which we are going to do. It's only revisiting the points which we already know, so that they become more established in our mind, and we can use them as a source of inspiration, as a source of example, so that we also be what the Prophet ﷺ asks us to be. Okay, so let's start. For this discussion, I have identified 4 points from the personality of the Prophet ﷺ about which I am going to speak. First is his messenger, Prophet Muhammad being the Prophet of Allah, the messenger of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Second is that aspect of his personality which speaks about his truthfulness, how truthful he was. Okay. Thirdly, we will be discussing inshallah about the humility which the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was having, how humble he was, and how humble we are also expected to be. And fourthly, we will talk about his generosity. Although I cannot, with my limited knowledge and the limited time we have and the limited capacity I have, I cannot focus on almost all the areas of the Prophet life as far as these dimensions are also concerned. What I can do is I can just talk about the tip of the iceberg, because his personality is too big to be discussed in a forum like this. So to start with, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, as the moment we start talking, taking his name, we say the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Rasulullah, Muhammadur Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So it is very clear, evident, and understood that we'll take a break. So we all know that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the Prophet of Allah, the last Prophet of Allah. And in numerous places in the Quran Majid, it is clearly mentioned that the person Muhammad is the Prophet of Allah. For example, the Surah Fatah ayat number 29, which starts with the very point, Muhammad Rasulullah, Muhammad is the Prophet of Allah. That's not the only place also. So now we all know that the person of Muhammad was the Prophet of Allah and the last Prophet of Allah. A question arises which we need to understand, and also that helps us in explaining to others about the personality of the Prophet. The point is, why did Allah send the messenger? Why did Allah send the messenger? Why is that? To spread Islam.
To know how to show the path to reach Allah.
To reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah has sent so many prophets before the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the goal of all the prophets was to connect the humanity with the Lord, the Creator. Okay. So the very purpose of sending the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to us, or one of the major purposes for which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sent to the mankind, is to connect us to our Lord. Okay, and it is known to us by various verses of the Holy Quran and the Ahadith also. So now the Prophet ﷺ was not an angel. He was chosen from among the people, as Allah SWT says in the Holy Quran. Why is that he was chosen from among the people? The reason which is given generally is so that he can show by example to us how to lead a life. It's not only about religion or worship, but it's also about how to lead a life. Because the Prophet ﷺ, by virtue of being a human being, he also married, he was having children, he used to eat food and he used to sleep also. So by doing all those things, he has shown to the humanity from the companions, through the companions, how to lead a life like a human being. Had he been an angel, today we would have been an argument. Today we would have been having an argument that it was possible for him because he was an angel. He was not having any limitation. But he being a person, a human being, it becomes evident to us that all that the Prophet has did was to show to us that this is how we have to live life. So he was, when Aisha Siddiqa was asked, can you explain about the personality of the Prophet? So she said, the Prophet, if you want to know about the Prophet was a moving Quran. So whatever is mentioned in the Holy Quran, whatever is given in the Holy Quran, the Prophet was a complete example of that. And that is not only that Aisha Siddiqa saying that, but Allah SWT himself also says that in the Prophet is the best of the example for us, so that we follow him as he has suggested us to follow. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ has given us the religion which we are following, and the book, the Holy Quran, which we read and we understand Islam. Not only this, but whatever we believe in, whatever we believe in about Islam, about ourselves. We have our names. Do we have angels? How is that Allah is going to judge us on the day of judgment? Allah is going to judge us based on the accounts which the angels will write about us. All good deeds we have did and all bad deeds we have did. Now a question arises, did anybody see them? How do we know? Have you seen your angels? I also did not. None of us have seen them. We believe in these two angels because the Prophet said to us, there are two angels, one on your right shoulder and one on your left shoulder, who are fighting against you. We have not seen Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have not seen the angels, we have seen none of the angels, we have not seen the Holy Quran being revealed, and we don't know anything about Islam, but from the source of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even the Holy Quran, if someone says that, no, I know Islam by the Holy Quran, then the Holy Quran itself has come through the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Isn't it? Something the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that this is Holy Quran, then became a Holy Quran. And something the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said and did not mention that this Holy Quran, then became the Hadith. Isn't it? So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the messenger of Allah who has come to us to deliver the message which Allah wanted us to deliver. And he being the last prophet, now the door of prophethood is closed. There's going to come no prophet anymore, except for Isa salam and Mahdi salam. But again, they are not new prophets as such, but that is how it's told to us. Again, this belief is also based on what the Prophet has told us. So the door of prophethood has closed. It is closed also because the religion which we have is complete. Whatever problem we have, now see, for example, American Constitution was made in the year 1791, and there were certain amendments made to that. Amendment means corrections. The Constitution of India was made in the year 1950. 26 January is about to come, and we are going to celebrate it once again. Which year? The 62nd year or 63rd year of the making of the Constitution. There are more than 100 amendments made to that, corrections made to that. Why these corrections were made? Because the jurists or the parliamentarians, the people came to understand that there are limitations in this, and this is not fulfilling certain things. Okay, so the amendments were made. Still, amendments are going to be made in the future also. But the Holy Quran is complete. The Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet, because it is complete. We don't find any point which is not covered in Islam. I am saying this because whenever a new issue crops up, people struggle. If there is no place for that in law, they go to make law. If there is no precedent before, then the judges, whatever the judges deliver in a particular verdict, that becomes a law. Okay, it so happens that if some issue happens and it is not mentioned in the Constitution of India or any other law, something happens. Okay, the case is filed in a court, and the judges also do not know what to apply because there is no law on that. Whatever verdict the judges deliver, that becomes the law, as long as the parliament or the assembly cancels that. Okay, if the parliament cancels, the parliament can make a new law in the place of that. If the parliament doesn't cancel, that stands as good as the law. Okay, so although we'll come to this point later. So the Holy Quran and the Hadith, they are complete. Complete in the sense that whatever issue you get now also, the lawyers may struggle, the jurists may struggle, but Islam would not struggle. Islam has got a remedy for it immediately. You come with the issue, there is a remedy for it. I am saying this basing on certain things which I have analyzed. Okay, certain events which have happened in the world. What does the law say about that? The law is silent. But come to Islam, Islam says something about that. So, well, it gives us a feeling and it gives us an understanding that Islam is a complete religion. Now that Allah SWT has given the entire package to us, there is a stop on the prophethood. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is the seal of the prophethood, the last prophet to come to us. And if we have to be called, or if we want to be Muslims, and if we want to say that we believe in Tawheed, that is one Allah, we have to believe Allah SWT, but via the Prophet ﷺ. Because there may be creeds and groups here and there which may claim or say that the Brahma is one, or the God is one, the Almighty is one. Can they be called as Muslims? Yes, no, maybe? They cannot be. Reason being, they do not fulfill the second criteria, that is accepting the Holy Prophet as the last prophet, and the prophet sent by the God Almighty. Okay, so this is about the messengerhood of Allah the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, although the messenger of Allah has come in the human form, was a human being to explain to us and show exemplarily how to lead a life, but there are certain exemptions which Allah SWT himself has granted to the Prophet ﷺ, because he holds the supreme position. You might have heard in some of the speeches that once the Prophet ﷺ was keeping on fasting without doing a sahri and without doing an iftar. Okay, continuously he was observing fasting. Then the Sahaba saw him and they wanted to follow him because they used to do whatever the Prophet used to do. So they started following him and they started becoming sick. The Prophet looked at them and asked them, why is that you are sick? And they said that we are also fasting like you are fasting. We are neither having sahri nor we are doing iftar. So the Prophet asked them, who among you is like me? I am feeded by Allah SWT. मुझे खिलाया भी जाता है, पिलाया भी जाता है. Allah SWT feeds him. So there are certain exemptions, or rather, so many exemptions where the Prophet ﷺ is not like us. Okay, although from among us. So he holds a distinctive position. Okay, we cannot compare ourselves to. So that is about the messengerhood of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now coming to the second aspect, the truthfulness. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was an exemplary, truthful person. He not only asked us to be truthful, but he presented himself to be so truthful that people look at his personality and understand and learn to be truthful. Okay. The Prophet also says, there is a hadith which all of us already might have heard, that a Muslim can be miserly. कंजूस हो सकता है. A Muslim can be miserly and a Muslim can be cowardly. बुज़दिल हो सकता है at times. A Muslim can be miserly and cowardly at times, but a Muslim cannot lie. So the Prophet also says that we are not expected to lie. It means the moment we lie, that we have to look at ourselves whether we remain to be Muslims or not. Because we can be miserly and cowardly but not a liar. This is the teaching of Islam, and this is what the Prophet ﷺ says to a common Muslim. So we can understand that the Prophet ﷺ himself was also very truthful. There is no instance where the Prophet ﷺ even missed his words, where it meant something and people understood something else. Okay, there is none of an instance which is like that. In fact, I read a hadith. It is taken from Abu Dawud, subject to verification. Just a moment. It is narrated by Abdullah bin Sa'd. It is in Abu Dawud. Abdullah bin Sa'd, when he was still not a Muslim, later on he became a Muslim. So during the conquering of Makkah, we all know the Prophet ﷺ along with the companions migrated from Makkah to Medina because of the oppression of the Makkans. Okay, then after certain years, they wanted to do an Umrah. They were coming to Makkah, and the Makkans stopped them at Hudaybiyah, and they were not allowed to come and do Umrah. Although Muslims were more in number, they were stronger, but the Prophet ﷺ entered into a treaty with the Makkans. That treaty is famously known as the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. We might have heard about that. So the next year, as per the treaty, the companions and the Prophet ﷺ can come and do their pilgrimage. So when they came the next time, the Makkah was captured without even shedding a single drop of blood. First time in the history and the only time in the history, I suppose, where the country was conquered without even shedding a single drop of blood. So still, the Prophet ﷺ has, at the time the Prophet ﷺ ordered universal pardon. So everybody is pardoned for whatever they have did in the past. We have no the persecution or the trouble which the Makkans have given the companions of the Prophet. So Hazrat Bilal was made to lie down, and big rocks were placed on his body. Just imagine the heat of Arab, the burning sand, and Bilal being laid and put the rocks over him. And that's not only one. There were so many people were killed also. So despite so much of persecution from the Makkans over the Muslims, the Prophet ﷺ has granted them a universal pardon. Means everybody is pardoned. Even the person who has killed his uncle Hazrat Hamza, that he was also pardoned. The Prophet ﷺ told him that although you are a Muslim, but I pardoned you, but please do not come in front of my eyes again. After pardoning, why don't come in front of me once again? Because if you come in front of me, I will be recollecting my uncle, and that may pain my heart. And that is what we are also expected to have as a person. It is not only to revel and appreciate and say that, oh, that's great, we belong to such a particular group. It's not only to feel good about it, it's also to bring that in practice. I keep listening to arguments from some people when they say that, oh, it is possible for people, those who are of big stature, like the Prophet. So we cannot compare ourselves with him. We cannot compare ourselves with the Sahaba. We cannot compare ourselves with the Awliya. They are two great people, and we cannot imitate them. The point is, when we are imitating, it's not that we are trying to put ourselves to their platform. They are definitely superior to us. It's not the point. but what they have did has to become an example to us. Isn't it? There is a hadith in Sahih Bukhari, if you have also heard about this, where the Prophet says that if a person continues to offer nafil, you know nafil, farz, sunnat, farz, wajib, sunnat and nafil comes, it's voluntary. If you do, it's good. If you don't do, there is no question asked. For example, in namaz al-maghrib, in this prayer of maghrib, you offer 3 rakat farz, 2 rakat sunnah. Then if you have time, if you can afford to offer 2 rakat nafil also. Okay. And in Zuhar also, after 10, you offer 2 rakat nafil. In Isha also, you can offer 2 rakat nafil. This is nafil, voluntary. If you don't offer, there is no question asked. So the hadith says that if somebody practices nafil regularly, then a point will come where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will become his eyes through which he sees, his tongue through which he speaks, his hands through which he does his work, and his legs through which he walks. It means that what all we do will be by the permission, by the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it also means that all that we do is with the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Mu'min ki firasat se bacho, another hadith says. That means, what shall we say? Be cautious with the sight of Muslim. Firasat in nazar se. Kyun? Because he sees things which you don't see. He may understand things which you don't understand. So, but who is that mu'min then? He is that mu'min who has even made voluntary things obligatory over him. He was doing nafil as if he is doing farz. So when somebody does nawafil on a very regular basis, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not give his put his power along with this Muslim. He sees from Allah's eyes. He works from Allah's eyes. Like that. So now when we listen to this particular hadith, we recollect some awliya ikram. In fact, this hadith is said when we are making praise of the awliya ikram. If somebody is praising him, then this hadith will be quoted and said. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, but we do not understand the point that it is addressed to a general Muslim community. All of us. It's not only to revere the awliya ikram, but it is also for us to understand that if I do voluntary prayers as if they are obligatory, as though they are farais, then it may happen to me also. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will become my eyes through which I would look at the world, become my hands through which I would work. Okay, no offenses towards the personalities or towards the positions which the awliya ikram hold, but it is not for them. The point is, if anybody does that, they will raise to that particular point. Am I making sense? Yeah? So, well, the Prophet ﷺ was exemplary with the reason that we look at his personality and learn from it. Isn't it? We all know that he was having certain powers which he did not exercise. For example, when he went to Taif to spread Islam, the people of Taif were very rude to him. They started throwing stones at him. The kids of Taif were made to run after him, and he was injured, so much so that blood oozed out of his body and it wetted his sandals. We learned that from various speeches. Then Jibreel comes and asks the Holy Prophet, O Prophet of Allah, I have brought with me the angel of the mountains, and if you order me, I will order him and he will smash this entire fire between these two mountains. You know what the Prophet said? What?
They don't know.
They don't know, and I want their coming generations to accept Islam. He understood that, he understands that even if these people do not, the coming generations may. And in fact, Taif is considered to be one of the most prosperous places in the Meccan province, the province over there. Now, because of the wish or the prayer of the Prophet ﷺ. So the point is, although the Prophet ﷺ was having so much authority, but he did not exercise that. Okay, he did not exercise that. He was under no compulsion to do this treaty of Hudaybiyah. Sulh Hudaybiyah करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं. But क्यों किए? So as to show us an example. Isn't it? If he wanted some certain things to happen, they would happen by his wishes, by his wish. Allah would say, no, never say no to him. Yes or no? So, but he did not do, so that we look at him, learn about him, and learn for ourselves that even if there are limitations, we have to follow the path of the truthfulness. Okay, so that's about the truthfulness of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Now moving ahead, about the humility of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the humbleness of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I was reading a book, the title of which is Muhammad as if you can see him. This book is written by one Mr. Dr. Ainul Khadri. Ainul Khadri. Ainul Khami. Dr. Ainul Khami. I think he is from Turkey. So he writes in his book, he writes a very good sentence about the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I just want to read it out for you too. He says, the Prophet of Allah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's humility was of a man who knew the greatness and mightiness of his Lord, of one who was shy of his Lord, of one who glorified Allah in a manner that is befitting of His Majesty. Now, well, in order to make more clear about what he said, if there are kids around us, अगर हमारे अतराफ में बच्चे हों, how will we feel around them? We'll feel happy and will we feel superior or inferior to them? Kids are there. We feel superior to them. Now, if you are sitting here, you belong to which stream? Electronics, CSE, finance. Now, if you find here the governor of RBI sitting and the chairman of the Federal Reserve America is sitting, and people from the European Union who are master in finance are sitting over there, will you feel superior to them or inferior to them? Definitely, we will feel inferior to them. No, at a given point of time, everybody is comparing himself with others. No, if not at a conscious level, but at a subconscious level. When you personally interact, you come to these particular understanding more openly and more clearly. Okay, when you are interacting with somebody, you are very closer to understanding that, oh, is this guy superior to me or am I superior to this guy? Although we may not reveal that out, we may not bring that particular thing to dominate in our discussion, but that understanding lies somewhere behind. Am I making sense? So what he says is, the Prophet was very humble, very humble in his approach. Reason being, he is aware of the mightiness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How mighty, how big is the personality of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When somebody knows about the mightiness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how can he be still proudish? Can he be? He can never be. The reason why we feel proudy is that we have never reflected or we have not reflected properly about our position in the world. That's why we move on the roads spreading our shoulders. We forget that we are just one among the 7 billion plus people living on this face of earth. How important are we? Are we important? We are not as important as any other person is. At this moment, if you look at the population of the world, it is more than 7 billion. So हम 7 billion में से एक हैं. Even though we are very proudish, and it's not only these 7 billion. Humanity is existing since centuries ago. आदम अलैहिस्सलाम से हिसाब लगाते हैं कितने लोग गुजरे हैं और आगे तक कितने गुजरेंगे. इतने पूरे अरबों खरबों लोगों में मैं अकेला. Isn't it? Do I still have a scope to be proud? I don't have it. This is one aspect of looking at it. And now, the entire earth, for your, I think already you are aware of this, the earth is a planet. And this planet is a part of the solar system. 8 planets. Okay. The biggest planet is Jupiter, which is more than 100 times bigger than the earth. Now, earth is sun. If you look at the sun, around which all the planets revolve, sun is 1000 times bigger than the earth. Now, sun and the planet are solar system. This solar system, like bodies, are there in billions in the Milky Way galaxy. There is a big galaxy in the Milky Way in which this solar system exists. Okay, sun is a star, and the other things which we see in the sky during the night times, they are also stars. And you know how far these stars are from us? Any guesses? Crores of kilometers. In astronomy, the distance is not measured in kilometers. Okay, the distance is measured in light years. Okay, 1 light year means the distance which light will travel in 1 year is known as 1 light year. Okay, if you put a torch now, how far it will travel? The light of the torch will travel till next year, 2014 the same day, there is only 1 light year. And you know what is the speed of the light?
310 power.
Sorry?
310 power mass 12.
In a layman's language, it comes closer to 5 lakhs kilometers per second. Okay. It takes 8 minutes for the sunlight to come to the earth, to reach us. If we see the sun, we are not seeing the sun which is right out there. We are seeing the sun's position which was 8 minutes ago. Okay. So the light takes 8 minutes to come to us from the sun. The light travels with the speed of 5 lakhs kilometers per second, and the stars which we see tonight are 250 light years away from us. Okay. How am I able to quote these numbers? I am able to quote these numbers because yesterday I have taken a session closer to this topic, and I have researched on this. I have a PPT also which was made based on some astronomical research, and basing on that I am telling you. Okay, these are not random numbers. This is based on research. Okay, so the stars which we see in the sky are 1,000 times bigger than the sun. Sun is a star, but it is in astronomical language, it is known as a tiny star. Sun is known as a tiny star. It is 1,000 times bigger than the earth. So far that it takes 8 minutes for the light to come. And the stars around us are 250 light years away from us. And the closest star to Sun is Proxima Centauri, and it is said to be around 4.5 light years away from it. Another closer star after Sun was this 4.5 light years later, 4.5 light years away from us. How can we see the light? The light which we see is not the light which is illuminating today. The light is illuminated 50 years ago, which we are seeing now. So the point, and this is, this is only one part of the entire universe. One small one, galaxy. Solar system is a dot in the galaxy. Galaxy is a dot in the universe. There are billions and billions of galaxies like this, and these galaxies move like a single body at a speed unimaginable. Thousands and thousands of kilometers per second speed they travel, and still they don't clash. We don't know, at some other place they might be clashing also, and there may be sounds also. But Allah SWT, look at the beauty with which a human ear is made. We cannot hear the sound under 220, how many megahertz? 25 decibels, something. Sorry? And beyond 25,000 decibels, something is there. Decibel or hertz? I don't exactly know that. Decibel only. 25 decibel to 2,000. We can hear it between these things there. There are certain animals can hear even beyond this. A dog, for example. You know, a dog whistle? A dog whistle which we may not hear, but the dog hears. That's why dogs come to know about events which are going to happen. Earthquake, for example. If the earthquake is about to come, the dogs would leave the place and go, because they start hearing sounds coming out from the earth which we can't hear. For example, if you close your ears for once, just close it. Hardly. Okay, can you hear some sound? Some zzz like sound. What is that? What is that sound?
Some type of whistling.
No. Where is it coming from?
From our body.
Gravitation. It is the sound of the blood circulation that's happening in our nerves. We are made not to hear that sound because Allah wants us to live in peace. Otherwise, the sound of the blood circulation, the heart rate, the digestion of the food will make our life miserable. And Allah doesn't want us to suffer also because from the sounds which are too big intensity. We don't know if some galaxies are clashing somewhere and the sound is too big that we may not survive to that. So, but that we can't hear that. Okay. So, this is the mightiness of the universe. Now, just imagine the mightiness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who has made all this. And they are so beautifully programmed that nothing goes against the program. It is, the sun would always rise from the east and the moon would always keep rotating around the earth. It is programmed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so beautifully. So now, the Prophet ﷺ himself was fully aware about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now we are believing in unseen. Yes, no? Our belief is in unseen. हम जो है गायब के ऊपर ईमान लाए हैं. But the Prophet ﷺ was aware, his belief is not unseen. To him keeps coming Jibreel alayhi salam, and we come to know from the Holy Quran that the Prophet ﷺ even went to Miraj, isn't it? So for him it was not unseen. He has seen all that. So when he has seen all that, he can be nothing but humble, because Allah's power, Allah's mightiness is too big for anybody to feel proud about. This is for us also to understand. Now, for no good reason we feel proud. So there is much more to that. On this aspect also about the humility of the Prophet's personality. Inshallah, as the time doesn't permit us, we have Jamaat at 2 o'clock over here. The remaining things, inshallah, will continue in the next session. Okay. Jazakallah khair for being patient. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.